We begin with breaking news here at 5. In Culver City, police shoot a suspect who allegedly attacked a woman with a knife.
CBS 2's Jeff Nguyen is live with the latest on this breaking story. Jeff.
Guys, just a few minutes ago, we learned that a man is dead following an officer-involved shooting here in Culver City. Let me step aside and show you the scene. This is the corner of Culver and Mentone, and this is what happened. Let's go ahead and show you some video from our aerial vantage point. Earlier, we've seen several blocks roped off with yellow tape, and let's get to some ground video now. This comes after Culver City Police got a call for help just before 2 p.m. Police say that it was a domestic violence call involving a woman who was attacked by a family member, perhaps a brother. Now, neighbors say that a man attacked a woman with a knife, so she ran to get help and to also get away from him. Witnesses say that they saw the suspect running down an alley before he was met by police officers in front of an apartment complex where the shooting happened. Take a listen.
My girlfriend was walking out to go to the laundry room of our apartment, and basically, we just heard like 5 or 6 shots, and really in rapid succession. And then she ran into the house and said they're shooting, so she freaked out. I went outside, and what I saw was it looked like a white male on the ground, and it looked like the police had shot him.
Back here live, still a very active investigation going on. The LA County Sheriff's Department tells us that the man was pronounced dead after he was taken to a hospital. The condition of the woman who was attacked by the knife is unknown, and the Sheriff's Department has been called in by the Culver City Police Department. This is standard procedure because anytime there is an officer-involved shooting, the police department wants to make sure that there is transparency and that there is no conflict of interest in the investigation into the use of force by its officers. So that is the latest for now. We are reporting live from Culver City. Jeff Nguyen, CBS 2 News.
All right, Jeff, thanks for that update. Now to more breaking news. A body has been found in Stevenson Ranch. A church group stumbled upon the decomposing body today. Investigators believe it may be the body of a young adult who went missing about 6 weeks ago.
A father detained by ICE agents forcing his pregnant wife to drive herself to the hospital for a C-section. The dramatic video is making the rounds on social media.
And tonight we're hearing more about why the man was arrested from the family's attorney. CBS 2's Chris Holmstrom has been following the story. He's here now live in studio. Chris?
Yeah, this story is getting a lot of attention, and there's a lot of questions as well. Now, ICE, they're now saying that Arrona-lara was brought to ICE's attention due to an outstanding warrant in Mexico on homicide charges. But his attorney, he doesn't believe that's true. Surveillance video shows what ICE is calling a targeted detainment. It was Wednesday afternoon in San Bernardino. Maria del Carmen Venegas was on her way to the hospital with her husband, Joel Arrona-Lara, for a pre-planned C-section. The two made a quick stop at a gas station when all of a sudden ICE agents surrounded their car. Venegas spoke with me in Spanish from the hospital. She says they asked for her ID, so she got it and gave it to them. Then they asked for her husband's ID. He told them he didn't have it, but that they live pretty close and can go get it. Venegas says that's when agents had Arrona-Lara step out of the vehicle. They then proceeded to check for weapons and took him into custody. She says he doesn't have any criminal history and that police have never stopped him and he's never had a ticket. It was then that hysteria kicked in. Venegas, 9 months pregnant, forced to drive herself to the hospital. Her baby boy came hours later, a trying time for this mother of 5. She says she's doing bad at this moment, and that's when you most need your husband. And while ICE says that Arrona-Lara was wanted for homicide charges in Mexico, his attorney says that's not confirmed. He tells me he's been in contact with the Mexican consulate, and there's no information on that. He goes on to say that his detention papers show that he's in custody for being in the country without documentation. And the attorney for Arrona-Lara says he's not aware of any criminal history. As for the family, they have set up a GoFundMe account to help out this mother as she recovers. Live in the studio, Chris Holmstrom, CBS 2 News.
Chris, thank you. A man was killed this morning after his car went off the side of a winding road in Malibu. CHP says the man's car veered off Malibu Canyon Road near Payuma Road. He was the only person in the car. The road was shut down for hours as officials investigated, but it is now back open.
The search continues tonight for a suspect after a deadly car-to-car freeway shooting. It happened on the westbound 91 freeway in Cerritos yesterday. One man was shot and killed while in his car. No word on what caused the shooting.
And take a look at this video from Studio City. A giant 100-foot tree fell onto a home on Canton Drive. LA firefighters say no one was hurt, but the LA Department of Building and Safety have been called in now to check the structural stability of the home. Turning to the weather, it's warm and muggy outside, making it a good day to hit the beach. It looks beautiful. Sure does. CBS2 meteorologist Amber Lee is tracking the temperatures for us. Amber?
Hi, Juan. Hi, Suzanne. So we woke up this morning to some cloud cover, some gray skies. It did feel a little bit steamy in some parts, but once the clouds started to clear, it really started to warm up. But temperature-wise, we hit exactly where we should be this time of year, coming in at 85 degrees for downtown LA. Sun going down tonight at 7:36. This is what it still looks like outside. So we're looking at 80 degrees for downtown, winds light coming in from the west, about 8 miles per hour. And then we're also feeling temperatures in the low 90s for areas like the Inland Empire. We have a lot of clouds here and there over the mountaintops, so that's where most of the clouds are situated right now to the east of us at 77 degrees, 85 for the valleys, and then right along the coast we have some lighter winds, 77, and then 80 degrees, as I mentioned, for downtown LA. All right, so we are looking at more of that monsoon moisture moving in. I'll tell you when we can expect it coming up.
Good deal, Amber. Thank you. It was the Rams versus the Raiders in a preseason game today.
And the fans were all fired up. CBS2's Greg Mills is live at Exposition Park with reaction. Greg, what a day.
Suzanne and Juan, as you can tell, Rams fans are still fired up, or these Raiders fans can't tell. But anyhow, it's a lot of fun. You get the Rams fans, Raiders fans together. It makes for a very interesting day. The Rams were fired up for their 2018 LA debut. But a mixed reaction greeted the hometown team because a former LA team and its loyal fans were making themselves at home in the Rams' hometown.
It's a Raiders game!
Rams! Everywhere you looked, Raiders fans crashing the Rams fans' party. Uninvited guests?
Yeah, uninvited guests, but they're okay.
For one day at least, the Rams house appeared to be smack dab in the middle of Raiders Nation. Are you scared?
Oh, no. They're harmless.
Raiders fans are loyal. Some Rams fans see them a little differently.
Crazy. Rowdy. Loud. Disruptive. Yeah.
Crazy, rowdy, loud, obnoxious. How do Rams fans compare to Raiders fans?
Oh, we're classy.
Raiders! Yes!
Split loyalties hasn't split up this couple. Christina and Joey have been together for 15 years. Will you guys be talking when you go home?
I don't know about
Maybe
that.
tomorrow.
New for 2018, fewer tailgating spots and parking spaces on the Coliseum grounds. Parking lots moved out because George Lucas's Star Wars Museum is moving in. Your best bet? Go Metro. Come early and enjoy the Rams Fan Fest. This one had a special CBS2 KCAL 9 vibe. Fans could complete a pass to Jim Hill, and they could meet our team. And like most people here, our team just couldn't resist a pick with Rampage and the Rams cheerleaders. And last night, Juan, you were saying that these two teams hadn't met since 1994. Well, guess what? They're going to meet again in a few weeks. The season opener, unfortunately, won't be here in Los Angeles. It'll be in Oakland. Reporting live from Exposition Park, Greg Mills with some happy fans and some sad fans, too, probably.
The excitement continues there, Greg.
Back to you, too.
All right, thanks so much.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, it takes us back.
Yep.
A little later in sports, the Rams host the Raiders at the Coliseum in their second game of the preseason. Sports director Jim Hill will have all the highlights.
Coming up next at 5, new details about the big settlement over Aliso Canyon, what's being done now to enforce the federal standards for underground natural gas facilities.
Plus, a rush of weddings on this symbolic date.
And the world's oldest McDonald's right here in the Southland and celebrating 65 years.